Well, hey guys, it's Destry. I'm out in the greenhouse today and I thought I would share with you the tubers that I've been storing, a little checkup on these, and show you how the storing method I used worked. And I might actually go ahead and get some of these planted up today as well. So back in the fall, I dug up about 90% of my tubers and I cleaned them, I divided them, and I stored them. And I have different videos on that. I'll be sure to link some of those or check the playlists in my channel. But basically, I want to go ahead and check on these now. They've been sitting in my garage for the winter, and I can see some of them are looking a little dry, some are looking a little wet. So I just want to inspect and see how things are looking today. And then I might go ahead and get some of these planted up today. So we'll have to see the state that they're in. So I'm going to open up the ones that are wet first, that seem pretty wet in here, because now that it is getting to be spring, you know, I feel like the tuber kind of knows that in a way. And I want to check and make sure there's not too much moisture so that there would be any like rot situation. So this one looks pretty good. One of the tubers is a little too wet, so it's probably good that I'm doing this. I'm gonna do this over this bag. Because now would be probably a good time to get this one planted up. It's a pretty big tuber, so it has had some dormancy. But yeah, let's go ahead and take a look here. So here it is. It's looking pretty good. Like I said, there's this one spot here that looks like it could be a little bit compromised. So I might cut a little bit of that out, but other than that, it looks really, really good. So this is all firm, it's not too wet. And yeah, I think this is gonna be really good to plant out today. Now this season, I'm gonna be working on labeling my tubers, you know, in a better way. When I dug them, I kind of had them in piles, and then I got, you know, frustrated and I just wanted to get it done, and I sort of lost track of which ones are which. So, kind of a bummer. Now what I am loving about this method is how clean these are. So the ones I've been getting at the stores this year, you guys, have been really terrible. I had really bad luck with them. So these are really healthy looking. They're cleaned up of all the roots and they're just ready to pot up. So definitely thanking myself for the time I spent in the fall doing that. So these ones look really good. I'm just gonna get to the third one. I had them wrapped where I kind of would put one in and roll it and then put one in and roll it. This one looks the wettest. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this opened up. But so far I'm really happy with this method of storage. So there's one smaller tuber here. I don't know if that broke off or if I just wrapped it individually because it looked healthy. And then yeah, this one is pretty damp, but it's not a bad thing and there's nothing developing on it. So I think it did really well. Now there's one tuber here that has a little bit of damage, looks like from like a shovel or something. So, but it's pretty scabbed over. So yeah, I think these look awesome. So some of the smaller ones I'll probably pot up like 2 and 3 in one pot. And I might use like 4-inch pots. I have these round ones. These ones are pretty nice. They're a good size for these. That way they don't take up too much room, like a 5-gallon pot. Okay, can we just talk about the shape of this tuber right now for a minute? It's pretty cute. Okay, this one looks good. That's like the driest one I've seen. I feel like this wrap wasn't as tightly around. Now I don't want to open too many before I get them planted because I don't want to overdo it here. I want to make sure if I'm unwrapping them that I'm planting them the same time. This one's a little wet on the one side and a little dry on the other. So that's probably due to my wrapping of what side stayed the most consistent. Ooh, okay, this is exciting. Ooh, check this out. I'm gonna be really careful. But this one has growth. Look at that. That's so funny. It's got a little growth and look at the roots coming. This one's ready. This one's like, it's spring, let's do this. Okay. see some of them are starting to get roots even through the wrapping. Okay, there's that guy. It's got a interesting shape. They're funny. I feel like you could draw them and like make them into little characters or something. You can see the growth points already here. And the little roots developing. All right, that's probably all I'm gonna unwrap for now because it is a hot day in the greenhouse. It's pretty warm in here. So I'm gonna go ahead and get some of these potted up before I move forward, but that's a pretty good indication. So I still have about half a bag here and I have another full bag. So that's a good indication that I am gonna have a lot of dahlias this year. My storage worked well and I'm really pleased. All right, I finally found a pot wide enough for this guy. Probably divide that one again, you know, like right there. It's kind of awkward to plant. I go a little too deep. I'm gonna pull it up a little bit. Here we go. I want to have more dirt underneath than on top, so the roots can have something to grow down into. Oh, she's a beauty though. All right, I got myself a fresh bag of dirt. That one looks so good. These look great. They almost look like they're this different variety. Alright guys, well we've got some dahlias. We've got some dahlias planted up, 23 to be exact. I should probably do a second count, but I'm pretty excited with how they all looked. Hoping I didn't get any upside down, but never quite sure. So wish me luck, you know? Hopefully this will go really, really well, but I'm pretty excited. And I have a whole nother bag to get planted up, so I'm not even sure how many are in that bag. Well, I'm back in the cozy greenhouse. The dahlias are out here getting some beautiful fresh rain and spring temperatures, and then I'll probably bring them in the greenhouse tonight. I have a couple others that I've been pre-sprouting and they're doing really well in here, so I think they're gonna do awesome. I'm super excited to see how they do. I'll have to report back and let you know. That's gonna do it for today's video, guys. If you liked it, could you please hit that like button and subscribe to my channel and share it with a friend. Send it to someone that also likes gardening, that you think would benefit from information and just some time in the garden. Of course, if you already are subscribed, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you. This little hobby of mine has been great and a really fun thing to share with you guys, so thanks. So if you need me, I'll be hanging out in the yard. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.